In a jaw-dropping twist that no one saw coming, the internet is ablaze with controversy after scandalous images of Jasmine began circulating online, images that fans claim are too real to deny. But now, Jasmine has broken her silence in the most shocking way possible by claiming that the viral photos aren't real at all. According to her, they're AI-generated fakes crafted with malicious intent to ruin her life, her career, and her already fragile reputation. "Not me," she posted in a tearful Instagram story, her voice trembling and mascara smudged. "That's not even my body." But the damage might already be done. The photos in question, let's just say they show Jasmine in an extremely compromising situation with not one but two familiar faces from her past. The first, a man her fans thought she had cut ties with for good. The second, a woman whose relationship with Jasmine has always teetered between loyalty and backstabbing betrayal. Together, the trio appear in a series of leaked images that have sparked outrage, confusion, and a full-on social media firestorm. Is it revenge? Is it a cry for help? Or is Jasmine telling the truth in a world where deepfakes can destroy a reputation with the click of a button? And while Jasmine pleads innocence, the internet remains divided. Some fans are screaming, "She's being framed," others, "Not so forgiving. That's definitely her." One Twitter user posted, racking up over 150,000 likes in hours. Even longtime friends have begun distancing themselves, some refusing to speak. Others cryptically posting about trust and truth always coming to light. The situation is spiraling, and Jasmine is standing at the center of a media cyclone, trying to convince the world that the girl in the photo is not who they think it is. So what really happened? Who leaked the images and why now? And can Jasmine bounce back from what's being called the biggest scandal of her career? Buckle up, because this isn't just a PR nightmare. It's a full-blown digital war. And, in the age of AI, truth is no longer black and white. Welcome to the chaos. Welcome to the breakdown. This is Jasmine's fight for her identity, and it's only just begun. It all began on a rainy Thursday afternoon when Jasmine's phone buzzed with an unusual number of notifications, hundreds of missed calls, thousands of direct messages, and her name trending across all major platforms. Confused and groggy from a late-night shoot, she blinked at the screen, still in bed, trying to process what was happening. Then she clicked on the first message from her stylist. "Girl, what did you post? Or who hacked you?" That's when her heart dropped. Her Instagram had been untouched. Her Twitter was clean. But when she opened her tagged photos, everything changed. Her image, no, an image of her, or someone who looked exactly like her, was plastered across timelines, locked in a steamy embrace with two people who would have no business being in the same room, let alone in bed with her. And the captions. Brutal. Jasmine caught cheating again. That's not even the worst one. Keep swiping. Every slide was worse than the last. Her jaw dropped. The expressions, the angles, the setting, everything was so intimate, so specific. It felt like someone had shadowed her for months. But she didn't remember any of this. Not the room. Not the outfits. Not even those moments. Her chest tightened. This wasn't a scandal. This was an ambush. Within the hour, #JasmineExposed was the top trending topic worldwide. Fans, haters, influencers, and bloggers alike feasted on the chaos. Some insisted she finally got caught. Others pointed out inconsistencies, lighting that looked too polished, shadows that didn't line up, an uncanny smoothness to her face that hinted at filters or maybe something more. But amidst all the noise, one person's reaction hit harder than all others. Logan's, her ex. The man whose heart she had shattered publicly just 8 months ago. His reaction was swift, savage, and perfectly timed. On his Instagram Live, Logan simply laughed. "Ain't nothing new under the sun," he said, casually sipping from a wine glass. "She been like that. Just took y'all a while to catch up." His words were fuel to an already raging fire. And just like that, sympathy for Jasmine vanished. Now she wasn't just the woman in the photo. She was the manipulator, the liar, the repeat offender. Jasmine's team scrambled to respond. Her manager called a crisis PR firm. Her lawyer sent cease and desist letters to every page reposting the images. But the internet doesn't slow down. With each attempt to erase the photos, they multiplied. New versions surfaced, some even more graphic, more unflattering, more devastating than the original batch. Some fans began theorizing a takedown campaign. "These pics too clean to be real," one Reddit thread said. "Zoom in, the hand is off. Look at the lighting, it's synthetic. AI generated," and just like that, a new narrative began to emerge. Maybe Jasmine wasn't lying. Maybe this was all fake, a high-level smear job. But who would go this far? While the debate raged on, Jasmine posted her infamous story. Just 5 words. This is not even real. Her voice cracked. Her eyes were puffy. Her usually perfect hair was tied back sloppily, and the tears were unmissable. I didn't. This is not me, she whispered. This is AI. This is someone trying to end me. She looked broken. But not everyone bought it. In fact, some influencers turned the tables. The AI excuse. That's the new I got hacked, said social commentator Red Monroe. It's lazy, and honestly, insulting. We're not stupid, Jasmine. Still, a growing faction of her fans clung to the possibility. Threads broke down angles. TikTok creators slowed the clips and zoomed in on details. Watch her necklace disappear and reappear, one said. Watch the eyes. They don't move right. Was this the ultimate deep-fake scandal? Jasmine's inner circle was eerily quiet. Her longtime assistant deactivated her account. Her sister, who usually flooded Twitter in Jasmine's defense, posted nothing for 3 straight days. But the biggest shock came from someone no one expected to comment: Amira, Jasmine's former best friend turned bitter rival. The same Amira, who had once vowed never to speak Jasmine's name again. But this was too good to ignore. In a now viral TikTok, Amira didn't just comment, she threw gasoline on the fire. AI-generated girl, please, I know that bedroom. I've been there. I was there. And so were you. The video ended before viewers could process what she meant. Was Amira one of the people in the photo? Or just another opportunist riding the chaos? Suddenly, the scandal deepened. People weren't just debating authenticity. They were digging screenshots, blurry videos, old interviews, all being reanalyzed for clues. A behind-the-scenes clip from Jasmine's vlog 3 months ago showed her entering a luxury suite with 2 blurred-out guests. Fans compared the curtains and wallpaper to those in the viral images and found a match. Was Jasmine lying? Or was someone planting breadcrumbs to make the whole thing seem real? And if this was all fake, why hadn't Jasmine filed an official police report yet? Meanwhile, her endorsements began to vanish. A major beauty brand paused their campaign with her. A fitness app quietly removed her promo video. Invitations dried up. For someone who built a brand on image control, Jasmine was spiraling in real time, and the more she tried to explain, the worse it looked. She went live the next night to set the record straight, but the comments were brutal. Blink if AI made you do it, one read. At least own it, said another. Still Jasmine pressed on. Do you know what it's like to see your own face in places you've never been? With people you were never with? She cried. I'm being digitally attacked. And no one believes me. But just as she began gaining sympathy, a new set of images dropped. And these weren't just risk. They were damning. And it was that second drop leaked exactly 72 hours after the first that would crack the story wide open. Because the second batch of images didn't just show Jasmine, they showed movement. A full 80-second clip, silent, shaky, and clearly edited to mimic smartphone footage, surfaced on a burner Twitter account and was reposted by dozens of gossip blogs within minutes. The video, shot from what appeared to from the grainy angle of a ceiling corner camera, the footage showed Jasmine entering the now notorious hotel suite. She hugged Logan, then moments later, greeted Amira with a smile that felt far too familiar. There was no explicit content this time, just presence. But somehow, that made it worse. Online speculation exploded. If this footage was real, did it confirm the earlier photos? And if it was fake, how could something look that convincingly real? Jasmine's PR team scrambled to respond. This time, her attorney took the lead, issuing a stern statement calling the video manipulated visual media, created using deepfake overlays and AI-driven sequences meant solely to defame and emotionally destabilize our client. But the fire was already raging. Dozens of AI experts took to their platforms. Some pointed out digital anomalies, odd frame pacing, subtle pixel flickers, evidence of tampering. They claimed. Others weren't convinced. They called it hauntingly real and argued it would require top-tier, near military-level tech to fabricate with such precision. Jasmine's most loyal supporters held on tight. But even they began to fray. "Sis, I love you," one longtime fan wrote under a viral breakdown video, "but that walk down the hallway. That's you. I know that walk like I know my own reflection." Then Logan added fuel to the fire. He tweeted, "Some people mad 'cause receipts don't come with filters." Attached was a Photo One hotel keycard, time-stamped, bearing Jasmine's initials. Was it real? No one could say for certain. But Logan's post clocked more than 2 million views in under 24 hours. Theories took off. Had he leaked the footage? Was he framing her? Or was he just basking in the chaos? When asked about it on a red carpet, Logan didn't deny or confirm. He simply smirked and replied, "I believe in karma and technology." But the game changed completely when Mara, Jasmine's former hairstylist, broke her silence. She had left Jasmine's glam team 6 weeks earlier without public explanation, but now, in a quiet, low-budget podcast interview that unexpectedly went viral, she gave fans their next breadcrumb. "I'm not saying she's guilty," Mara began, visibly nervous, but the same week those pictures supposedly got taken, Jasmine ghosted, canceled all appointments, said she had food poisoning. We didn't hear from her for days. The podcast host leaned in, wide-eyed. "You think she was at that hotel?" Mara glanced downward. "All I know is, she never got sick like that before. And when she came back, she was ... changed. She was hiding something." That one clip became digital gold. Thousands of TikTok reels, YouTube shorts, and Insta edits exploded. Conspiracy sleuths connected the dots in real time. One creator zoomed in on the hotel clip. "See her nails. Now pause and compare that to the vlog she posted a week later, same exact set. Jasmine never repeats a nail set. Never. Unless she's covering something up." Jasmine, now clearly boxed into a digital corner, faced her toughest audience yet, the fans who had once fought for her. Then came the official press conference. Jasmine stood beside her attorney, dressed in a sleek, black, almost funereal dress. She faced the flashing cameras. Her voice was controlled but shook beneath the surface. "I have never in my life engaged in the actions these images suggest," she declared. "What is happening here is not just an assault on my character, it's an assault on reality itself. We are stepping into a terrifying future, where seeing no longer equals believing." She scanned the room. "I don't expect everyone to believe me. But I will not be cornered into admitting to something I did not do." But just as the press conference concluded, a media outlet with a tabloid edge published a new photo it showed a woman, disguised in sunglasses, a medical mask, and a long beige coat, entering the hotel suite mere minutes before the now infamous clip was recorded. Her posture, her stride, the signature designer handbag, all screamed Jasmine. With that, her entire narrative seemed to collapse. From there, it unraveled at lightning speed. Brands pulled out. A luxury lingerie line dropped her from their campaign without notice. A big-budget music video cameo deleted from the final cut. And most shockingly, her closest collaborator Kieran followed her on Instagram. Hours later, she posted a single, cutting quote to her stories. "When the mask falls, don't be surprised who's behind it." While Jasmine's supporters clung to hope, her critics celebrated. But questions still lingered. If Jasmine wasn't responsible, who had the access, the motive, and the resources to engineer such a high-tech character assassination? That's when Devin entered the narrative. Jasmine's former manager. Once a trusted ally until a lawsuit ended their professional ties 6 months earlier. Up until now, he'd stayed quiet. But in a newly released podcast interview, Devin delivered an ominous warning. She made enemies. Real ones. The kind with reach. The kind with tech. She knows what she did, and if she doesn't come clean, more's gonna drop. The host tried to pin him down. Was he saying it was fake or real? Devin simply smirked. Let's just say, karma's in 4K now. The truth. At this point, no one could say. Not even digital forensics experts. Some were convinced the footage was AI crafted, noting microscopic inconsistencies. Others were adamant it was Jasmine. Plain and simple. But the conversation had already shifted. It wasn't about evidence anymore. It was about belief. And the court of public opinion had already moved on. Still, Jasmine didn't back down. She fought on from thing. Just when it seemed the scandal had reached its final chapter, she spoke. Kira. Yes, that Kira, the woman who had stood by Jasmine for nearly a decade. The one who'd defended her through every past rumor. Celebrated birthdays together, and once called Jasmine her chosen sister. Her silence during this latest debacle had raised suspicions. But what came next silenced the internet. In a raw, makeup-free 10-minute Instagram video, Kira looked directly into the lens and said, "I've been silent too long, and I can't keep covering for someone who wouldn't hesitate to burn me for press." Her voice cracked. I know the difference between fiction and truth. And those photos. I don't care what AI filters or smear campaigns they're blaming. I know her face. I know that night. Because I was there. The internet froze. Live streams popped up mid-video. Threads exploded. Comments flooded in as Kira recounted the events of that now infamous night. I came early. I left early. But I saw who walked in after me. And it damn sure wasn't a clone. The betrayal felt nuclear. If Kira had turned, what did that mean for Jasmine's last shred of credibility? Within minutes, Jasmine responded not with grace, but with rage. A tweet storm erupted. Jealousy is a disease. She's lying. Ask her who's paying her. Got receipts too. Then, just as quickly, the tweets vanished. But the damage was irreversible. Screenshots traveled faster than truth. Fans splintered into warring factions, #Team Jasmine, #Team Kira, and a third camp, #Team AI, still clinging to the theory of an elaborate digital takedown. And just when it seemed things couldn't possibly escalate any further, they did. Because the next morning, Amira spoke, in a sit-down with a rising YouTube drama channel. Amira peeled back the final layers. She painted a picture of a manipulative, drama-addicted Jasmine. She loved control, Amira said. She got off on pitting people against each other, leaking our secrets, then sitting back and enjoying the fallout. But the killer moment came when the host asked the big question, Amira, were you in that hotel suite? Amira didn't answer directly. She smiled, cold, calculated, and said, let's just say this, I know exactly who was. And just, like that, the internet detonated. Reddit threads dissected every syllable. TikTok sleuths analyzed Amira's tone, micro-expressions, pauses. Was she implying it was Jasmine? Was she covering for someone else? Or was she the one caught on camera, quietly shifting the blame? And the most haunting question of all, if someone was recording all of this, who had the footage and what else were they sitting on? Who installed the cameras? Who leaked the footage? And more importantly, who had that kind of access? Jasmine, now overwhelmed by the firestorm, vanished from every corner of social media. Her accounts went dark. No posts, no stories, no tweets. Outside her apartment complex, paparazzi circled like vultures. Her team went silent. Not a single statement. For an entire week, the world heard nothing, until Jasmine reappeared not on Instagram, not via her publicist, but on YouTube. A single video, uploaded to her official channel, titled only, My Truth. She appeared on screen in a simple hoodie. No glam, no filters. Her hair pulled back. No music. Just her. Her voice was quiet, but every word felt loaded. I've been lied about. I've been dragged. And now, I've been abandoned by people I once called family, she began. But I'm done hiding. It's time to speak. She paused, visibly holding back tears. Yes, I was at that hotel, but not for the reasons people are claiming. Another pause. I was there for a meeting, a confidential pitch with a producer. That's it. There was no party. No secret affair. No hidden agenda. She exhaled sharply. The photos, the videos, they've been manipulated. Someone took security footage of me entering and exiting that lobby, and turned it into something it's not. Then she played what she claimed was the untouched, original CCTV video, grainy, time-stamped, and silent. It showed Jasmine entering the hotel alone and leaving 23 minutes later. No lo ganó, Amira. No quiera, so ask yourself, she said, if I was only there for 20 minutes, how did I end up in 5 different outfits, in 10 different poses, in a suite I never walked into? The video spread fast. Some hailed it as brave. Others dismissed it. A wave of skeptics called the security footage another cover-up. She could have gone back later, one tweet read. Nice try though, but then came something darker. A well-known investigative tech journalist published a bombshell expose. They claimed Jasmine's phone had been breached weeks before the hotel video ever leaked. We found evidence of remote access activity, the journalist reported. Her iCloud was cloned. Files, images, recordings, all likely harvested to train an AI model. The story flipped again. Was this scandal real at all? Or was Jasmine the victim of a digital attack, a deepfake plot designed to destroy her? And then, just when things couldn't get more surreal, the biggest twist of all landed straight from a whistleblower. An anonymous post appeared on an encrypted forum. The title, We Were the Ones. The poster claimed to work inside the AI company hired to create the video. "We were brought in by a third-party agency," it said. "We didn't know the content until it was too late. Yes, the footage is fake. Yes, that's Jasmine's face. But no, that's not her. We regret being part of this." The internet froze. Was this finally her redemption? Or was this yet another layer in a scandal wrapped in smoke? But Jasmine wasn't done. Exactly 1 week after that confession rocked the online world, Jasmine went live. And not just any live stream, this one broke records. Over 4.3 million people joined in the first 15 minutes. Influencers, journalists, fans, haters, everyone showed up. They expected a sob story, or maybe an apology. But what they got was something far more shocking. The screen opened, with a dark, cinematic split screen. On one side, the leaked footage. On the other, an AI-generated clip using the likeness of another celebrity. The two moved in sync, identical gestures, identical eye blinks. "Welcome to the future," the text read, "where seeing is no longer believing." Jasmine finally appeared, sitting alone. A single spotlight. No notes, just her. "You wanted proof," she said. "Here it is." Behind her, a screen lit up live feed from Dr. Rafiq Nader, a world-renowned AI forensic analyst. "We conducted a 92-hour breakdown," he explained. "Every frame, every voice tone, every eyelash flicker. And we can now say this footage is not real. It's Jasmine's face, her voice, her body language. But it is digitally built, layer by layer. Trained over a decade's worth of content scraped from her socials." The chat exploded. Some cried. Some called it lies. But Jasmine didn't flinch. Dr. Nader continued. "This wasn't made by a hobbyist. It took time, money, infrastructure. We've tracked digital markers back to a third-party post-production firm, paid anonymously through crypto." The scandal had turned criminal. Jasmine reached under her seat. She held up a document. "This," she said, "is a lawsuit. Filed today. Against the firm. Against the anonymous client. Against every platform." That amplified the footage without fact-checking. She didn't cry. She didn't tremble. She declared war. "I've watched people I trusted betray me. I've watched strangers call me things I wouldn't wish on anyone. I've been silent long enough. Now I fight." But the crowd still wanted answers. Why was she targeted? Who would do this? Jasmine clicked a remote. An image flashed on screen. Devin. Her former manager. The man who had once said karma's in 4K now. The man who had access to her passwords, her files, her schedules. "He had everything," she said. "And when I ended his contract after a lawsuit, he wanted payback. He sold my data. He funded the deepfake." Jasmine's legal team backed her up. Crypto transactions led to a wallet under Devin's sister's name. Screenshots, emails, bank records, it was all documented. The internet reeled. But then Devin went live. From an unknown location, he addressed his followers. "Jasmine's spinning a story. She's framing me to protect herself. If those videos are fake, why did she erase her cloud the next day? Why did her assistant vanish? Why did Kira and Amira both confirm her presence?" Again, the audience split. Hashtag Team Jasmine. Hashtag Team Devin. Hashtag Team Nobody. More videos were dissected. More experts weighed in. And one particularly bold AI analyst went viral with a terrifying claim. What if both of them are lying? What if both sides are using deepfakes? The public gasped. If even this could be faked, what couldn't be? The lines between truth and manipulation collapsed. But Jasmine wasn't finished. As the livestream ended, her final words chilled the world. "This isn't just my story anymore," she said. "It's yours. It's ours. We're entering the age of digital ghosts, where anyone can be framed. Anyone can be destroyed. And if it happened to me, it can happen to you." The screen cut to black. But the story wasn't over. Because hours later, in the dead of night, a hacker group calling themselves Glass House uploaded something that turned this psychological war into a brutal reality. Unedited audio, no filters, no synthetic voices. No AI, real recordings. And this time, Jasmine's voice was unmistakably real. And everything changed. Again. Layering. These were raw, dated, and clearly from Jasmine's own phone. One clip in particular sent shockwaves through the fandom. In it, Jasmine could be heard in a heated argument, her voice sharp, emotional, desperate. "You don't get to act shocked, Logan. You knew what that night was. You said no one would ever find out." Logan's voice was faint, but audible. "Yeah, Well, I didn't think you'd invite her to. Then came silence, and a third voice, Amira. This wasn't AI. This was Jasmine, Logan, and Amira caught in a private real-world meltdown. The timeline suddenly fractured. Jasmine had been at the hotel. There was an incident, and now, the entire narrative she'd so carefully rebuilt was cracking at its base. Was everything still fake? Or had the truth and the lies blended so tightly, even Jasmine couldn't separate them anymore? Reporters went wild. Tech analysts began backtracking. It's now clear Jasmine was present at a suspicious event, one anchor reported. While the visuals may have been AI-enhanced, the foundation of this scandal may still be rooted in real choices, real betrayal, and very real consequences. Jasmine's legal team stayed silent. The lawsuit against Devin continued, but now the public was wondering, was she shifting blame, using the AI panic as a smokescreen for her own mistakes? Logan, of course, wasted no time capitalizing. In a shady but highly produced podcast appearance, he claimed, she didn't lie about the deep, she lied about why it was made. Jasmine wasn't innocent, she just didn't expect someone to leak the real audio. She thought AI would cover her sins, she used it like makeup, and now it's melting. Then came the final full confession. In a raw IG Live, looking exhausted but firm, Amira addressed her followers. I kept quiet because I didn't want to be part of this circus, she said. But the audio, yeah, it's real. And that night at the hotel, it happened. We were there, it was messy. It wasn't what people think, but it wasn't innocent, either. Jasmine begged us to keep it quiet. And when the images dropped, she saw an out, and took it. Her voice cracked. She told me, let them think it's fake. AI will give us a clean slate. I didn't agree, but I didn't stop her either. And now, here we are. Jasmine's empire already cracked was now collapsing. Brands pulled out completely. Her YouTube subscriber count dropped by the hour. Reddit threads filled with side-by-side comparisons, timelines, digital forensics, and emotional reckonings. She used AI as a mask, one fan wrote. And the scariest part. We believed her, but then, a final twist flipped the story once again. Devin, under immense legal pressure, released his own receipts, emails, text messages, and invoices showing that while he had access to Jasmine's data, he had refused to participate in any AI plot. Instead, he claimed it was Jasmine's own team, her new management agency, that commissioned the AI footage to get ahead of the real story. Their plan? Leak a faked version first, then deny everything, painting Jasmine as a victim of digital slander. They wanted to control the narrative, Devin said. Make her look like a martyr. A cautionary tale. But they didn't expect the real leaks to come out. The implications were devastating. Jasmine hadn't just lied, she had allegedly participated in the orchestration of a double deception, real scandal buried under fake scandal. All wrapped in a tear-stained campaign of victim. Her final live stream, once seen as powerful and brave, was now being reinterpreted as calculated, manipulative, even scripted, and yet, not everyone turned. A small, fiercely loyal corner of her fandom refused to let go, even if she lied. One superfan tweeted, "She's still the victim of a culture that forces women to spin narratives or be crucified. She did what she had to do. Others weren't so forgiving. No one forced her to record that audio. No one dragged her to that hotel. This ain't about AI anymore, it's about accountability." As of now, Jasmine remains silent. Her last post was that now infamous live stream. Her stories are blank. Her profile picture's gone. Rumors swirl that she's left the country, gone to a treatment center, or is preparing one final documentary to tell her side, unedited, unscripted, and possibly, for the first time, honest. But the world has moved on. The scandal that began with AI paranoia and deepfake terror ended not with a villain but with a mirror. Jasmine's story is now a case study in truth versus perception. In the age of filters, face swaps, and clickbait, just as what's real no longer matters, what people believe is everything. And the irony? Jasmine was right about one thing. We are living in the age of digital ghosts. And she just became one of them. So, where does that leave us? In a digital landscape forever changed, where fame, scandal, and reputation are no longer dictated by truth, but by the perception of it. Jasmine's fall from grace wasn't just a tabloid meltdown, it was a cultural autopsy. Her story blurred every line, real versus fake, victim versus manipulator, authenticity versus strategy. One day, she was the poster girl for AI. The next, the alleged mastermind behind her own undoing. And as the dust settles, one chilling thought lingers. If Jasmine, with her millions of followers, her elite PR teams, and her years of media training, can get swallowed by a scandal this complex, what chance do the rest of us have? As fans, we were played maybe by AI, maybe by Jasmine, maybe by both. But the bigger question isn't what really happened that night at the hotel. It's what kind of future are we stepping into? When seeing is no longer believing. When a single deepfake can dismantle a career, or worse, rewrite history entirely. Let's keep the conversation going. Do you think Jasmine was a victim, or a manipulator hiding behind AI? Were the videos completely fake, or just strategically distorted to control the story? Was she framed, or was this a modern cover-up, gone wrong? We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you believe, Jasmine, Kira, Amira, or Devin? Are you team victim or team villain? Let us know. And if you want more jaw-dropping updates, digital drama breakdowns, and exclusive exposés from the reality TV universe colliding with tech, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the truth behind the next scandal. Because in this era, even the truth wears makeup.